What is up, everybody? This is Tim Rhey with True Rate Mortgage Group, and today we're going to talk about predictions for 2025 for mortgage rates. Now, there are a lot of people out there making predictions, and to be completely honest, nobody really knows for sure what's going to happen. But I want to share with you something called the Fed dot plot. This is one tool, and I'm going to share it on the screen right here. This is a tool that investors use to determine where rates are going to go. Now, this is the Fed funds rate, not mortgage rates. You can see that currently the Fed funds rate is at 4.375. How this works is the 19 members of the FOMC get together and they anonymously, okay, these are Fed members on the reserve, they anonymously predict and vote for where they think rates are going to end up. Now, why is it anonymous? I have no idea. I think that's a little sketchy. Another story for another day. These Fed members predict where they think things are going to end up. For example, these 3 of the 19 predict that we're going to end up at 4.125. That would require 1/4 rate cut. These guys here, this is the median. There are actually 10 Fed members who think we're going to end up at 3.875. That would mean that we're going to have 2 rate cuts, right? Because 4.375 down to 3.875. And then you have a few more here thinking there's going to be 3 rate cuts. And then, of course, you have a 4 and a 5. So what does this really mean? Well, I think it's safe to say we're going to have at least 2 rate cuts this year. Now, early on, we were predicted to have maybe 4 or 5, but we're still going to have some rate cuts. So if you're on the fence or you are wondering about buying right now, or if you are concerned about a 2-1 buy down or a 3-2-1 buy down in terms of, hey, are rates ever going to come down? I think it's safe to say rates are going to come down. Now, keep in mind that this is just the Fed dot plot. This is just one tool that investors use to look into the minds of the Fed members. There are other tools out there that we can talk about. You should be aware of the unemployment rate. As the unemployment rate gets worse, we lean more towards rate cuts. Well, current charts are showing that we're trending in that direction. Now, right now is a little fuzzy still because we're in a transition with the presidents, but we think that you are soon going to see the unemployment data come out a little bit more clearly, and that also will point towards rate cuts. Finally, inflation. Now, inflation is the wild card. Why? Because we have a new president coming into office, and there's a lot of purchasing being talked about right now and a lot of economy stimulation going on. Of course, that leads to fears of more inflation, which is the opposite of what we want for rates, right? Higher inflation, higher rates. That's how it works. That should level out, we think, by late Q1. When that happens, we think the inflation data will level out and point towards those rate cuts. We still think, taking it all in, now we're not perfect here, but giving the experts that we follow, we think we're going to end up with 3 or 4 rate cuts this year, which is going to put us right in that 3.5% range, give or take. I hope this helps. I want you to know that nobody knows all the answers, but it can give you comfort just knowing a couple of the statistics that the experts are using. So if you want to talk or you want to learn more about this chart, or if you are on the fence or looking to buy, give us a call. We're always happy to help.